Doug Higgins for GoGoldCountry.com. This morning we're speaking with
John Vienup of Troop 570 of Sonora, Columbia, and Jamestown.
John. What are we doing here this morning?
Today, this is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. We are serving hopefully up to 800 dishes today and tomorrow. Breakfast, this is how we make the food survive at the Fly-In.
John, what's on the menu this morning?
This morning we have pancakes, we've got eggs, we've got ham. We personally sliced up 21 hams last night. We're probably going to do another 21 today, and it's going well.
Outstanding. John, appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day!
Cool.
Happy Father's Day!
There we go.
Happy Father's Day!
Cool.
Happy Father's Day!
All right, we are out here with Chris Miller, co-owner and flight instructor for Springfield Flying Service out here at the Columbia Airport. We have with us today Snowball. Let's hear a little bit about Snowball. Tell us about Snowball.
Well, Snowball is a 1943 Stearman. Stearman was designed this back actually in the late 20s. And it became, this particular model was the one that was used mostly for World War II pilot training. So it's there's about 1,100 still flying that we know of, but they made over 10,000 airplanes. But you know, having 1,100 still flying over the last 70 years is pretty good.
Wow, that's impressive. So let's talk about this motor here.
Well, Snowball's engine is a 220 horsepower radial engine, and people don't understand it's a round engine, so all of the cylinders are in a circle instead of posing each other like they are in the other newer type airplanes, or even car cylinders sometimes, like a Volkswagen engine. But this is way better than a Volkswagen. Yeah. Anyways, no, it's a beautiful engine. It has a distinct sound, and that's what people can hear that from miles around. They just know that there's a round engine coming in. In the pilot community, it's a term of affinity.
Yes, of course. Now, I understand you have a distinct flying style. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I don't know if I have any more distinct style, but some people look at some of the things that I do and they consider that it's kind of showing off, and I do kind of let them see what some of the techniques that we do. The one that people think is really odd is when I go down the runway on one wheel. And when we go down the runway on one wheel, it's basically a training technique that I use to make sure that people know how to land in a crosswind. And a crosswind can cause some problems to pilots if they're not very well trained at it.
Oh, so it's a training technique.
Yes.
That's excellent. Now, what do you plan on doing out here this weekend at the Fly-In?
Well, it's like any time else. This is the time that we can show the community what their airport can do for them, and that they can be involved in the airport. We give rides not just in Snowball here, but in our other aircraft that can carry 3 other passengers. So all day long we can take people up that aren't part of the normal flying community, and so that's what it's all about.
Well, that sounds great. Thanks for your time, Chris, and thank you, Snowball, for showing off for us. All right, we're standing here right now with Sharky Cornell, tanker pilot extraordinaire, I understand. Please tell us a little bit about your amazing airplane.
Well, in the last 5 years, we've gotten a new model of the Grumman S2T. It was designed for Navy anti-submarine warfare. But anyway, it's a great ship. We have a lot more capacity to haul retardant. We go a lot faster than the old models. We can get around the state in a hurry. And it's a very safe ship, very reliable, and all the pilots love this thing very much.
Nice. So when we're looking at it and you're giving your tours, what are some things that people are going to look at and say, well, what does this do? What is that?
Well, they're going to say something like, how many elephants does that weigh? That's what the kids always ask. It weighs 2.5 Indian elephants. But it weighs 29,000 pounds when we're loaded and we take off. We have 10,000 pounds of retardant on board, and somewhere around, we can carry 5,000 pounds of fuel, but not concurrently with all the retardant. It takes off at about 120, and then it flies at about 270 miles an hour. So we get there fast. And when we come in, another thing that people always ask is when we come in, how long does it take to get reloaded? We leave the engines running, and we're pretty much back going down the runway within 4 or 5 minutes with a new load of retardant. So if fire's close, we can put a lot of retardant on it.
I understand you have some 2 turbines on this airplane.
Yeah, we have a couple of turbine engines. It took me a while to explain the difference between that and a recip if you don't already know, but I mean basically the turbines are very reliable and they have a lot more power, and that's what enables us to go faster and carry bigger loads.
All right, thanks Sharky for the brief tour.
You bet.
Okay, appreciate it.